Hello everyone, so today's the 30th of May. Let's take a look. Now this is gold. Now remember, these levels I marked in for you yesterday. I said these are like better zones because there's the market is a bit tricky today, and it was a bit tricky as you can see. And I did mention yesterday on the 29th of May, right, let's take a look at 29th of May. Okay, I did say that level 1135, so this level will break out and push forward into New York opening. All right, so that pushed forward, as you can see, and that's your New York opening here. All right, so the market breaks down, okay, pushes into, this is the pre-session, okay, so it pushes into New York opening, 3:45, 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock is 9 a.m. New York, and then these are the Astro hours. Market pulls back, okay, and then keeps pushing down. Okay, now here I did say we need to pay attention because it will turn or keep pushing in the direction until 6:20, and this is your 6:20. All right, so it turned around into 6:20. Towards 7:25 to 10 past 8, prices can break out again. So this is 10 past, well, this is 10 past, where are we? 10 past 7. That's your 7 o'clock, so 10 past 7 is there, right? Here it is, and then it's kind of pushing up the other way, and that's a target of 8:55, right? And that's your 9 o'clock there, right? What did I say? 8:55 to 9:55. So market comes back and then falls into 10 o'clock. Okay. Now, what did I say? Volatile day despite no announcements, so be careful. All right, that was my note at the end here. Okay, so you needed to be careful there because it was going to be a volatile day. As you can see, this zone here was pretty tricky. Okay, if you're a breakout trader and you broke out, that's fine. If you learned financial astrology from me, by the time you were here, you would have probably taken that. That wasn't such a bad aspect, and that was it basically. All right, now what? Now today is, if you take a look at today, right, what have I got? I've got nothing really happening until New York, and we've got Newsday today, right? So we've got Newsday happening at 3:30. Okay, and we've got news coming out tomorrow. Now, as you can see, the Astro hours are coming in after the news. Okay, so after the news, we should get somewhere, and then the market should be pushing into 5:45. So if the market turns at 3:45 to 4:15, we should push to 5:45, and then we've got 6:45 here. Now 6:45, the market is either going to continue that 5:45 move and get to a target 8:15 to 21:10. Now the target is 8:15, but by the time we get to 21:10, I think the turn in the market might come in around there. But 8:15 is a good time. All right, and then if the market does turn around here, which can be expected, okay, so between 8:15 to 10 past 9, if the market does turn, it should push until the closing. Okay, now here what you've got to be careful for is this: from 8:15 to 9:15 here, there's a bit of a disruption happening, so that you've got to be keeping in mind. Okay, what does that mean? It means, well, if there's a disruptive aspect in between here, you understand the 8:15 level, but you might just wait until 10 past 9 to take the trade rather than rushing into it. Okay, other than that though, I like that level. Also, the closing is really good. So if we are at lows, and if you got the swing days in consideration, remember Thursday, Friday, swing day for SP 500, Thursday, swing day for NASDAQ, Dow Jones, swing day Thursday. All right, so today we've got swing days on those. So we can be careful, and we can look for setups on that. Also, euro dollar has a Thursday, Friday, so we can take a look at euro dollar as well when trading today. All right. Okie dokie. So now that we've got that out of the system, let's take a look. Now with gold, remember I said this could like go both ways. It's a dip down, pull up, sell off. Okay, so that's what the market did. And I did say we've got room to come down into this zone. Now today's support is 42, which is a price of 2,326, which is here. I'm going to get rid of that here, okay, which the market pretty much did, but there's no Astro hour here, okay, so that's a bit of a drama. A good Astro hour was 511, which is there on that bar here, and this could actually be for us, this could have been like a good entry. This might be a good entry, and this might still push the market down. What I don't like about it is we're right on the PSD, but what I do like is we've got room to go. 2,222, 2,180, 2,141. We've got these levels down here. And this 47 zone in between that 2,180 is not a bad spot, so we can target that zone. Okay, we're going to obviously take into consideration all of these, okay, but that is looking like a hot spot. Now this 69, as you know, was a bit too far out, and I talked about 2,364.79 yesterday, but that was already done. It was already nearly done on Tuesday. All right, so 2,364 is there, and the market, well, not nearly, the market did do it, okay, on Tuesday. And guess what? Tuesday was a swing day. All right, for gold, remember? So we had a swing day Tuesday. We had a goodbye kiss on the weekly price, on the line, okay, 2,364.79, and the high it did was 2,364.07. So the market did that nicely, sells off, and I think it was Astro hours either here or here somewhere. So if you sold off, you were just fine, okay. And this is also a good sell-off yesterday to push down. Now we can keep pushing this down, and today, if the market fails to break, fails this support here, if it goes, if it goes below this 2,326, right, if you go below the low of previous week, then we still have a bit of room to come down into that weekly target. Okay, so that could be the case, coming all the way down, like I said, into that 2,200s zone. All right, now we also have this zone here, 2,222. Remember I said this is not a bad zone at all. Why? Because that's the gap over there. Market comes here, we're going to be eager beaver buyers. All right, here's a good level to be buying. Down here's a good level to be buying. Okay, in essence, we can come all the way down into the 2,000 zone again, closing all this gap. Okay, and then we can have a huge rally going up. Okay, and that'd be huge. All right, so that's basically it. If the market goes up into the daily pivot, whatever, selling is not a bad idea to keep pushing down. This is also not a bad spot to keep pushing down, because I don't see any gaps happening here except this one. So the daily pivot, the closing opening price here, they're not bad zones at all. In fact, I'm going to keep this here. Right, and that's how it is. Now, like I said, New York session is going to be the better session to be trading, simply because the hours are there, and in between I did mark these hours, which is so that you can keep a mental note. This is 7:15, okay, 7:15, 7:20. This is 8:30. Right, so I've got 7:20 in the morning, 8:30 here in the morning. There's a bit of jazz happening at 2:15 to 2:55, and also at 1 o'clock, so 1 to 2:15 to 2:55. But I didn't want to take that all in there. Why? Because that's pre-news. Okay, so the important thing for us is just to make sure that we're safe and we keep that trading after the news at the right hours. Okay, but with gold, we've got room to come down. If we go up, selling is not a bad idea. Daily pivot zone, I'm okay to do that at this zone. Okay, also here, you got to be careful for this level, but the way things are looking, we might be coming down. Should we buy at 2,326? Well, that's a question. But with gold, the swing day is tomorrow. All right, so we'll have to see how things pan out with the news and tomorrow as well before we do anything. Until then, following the flow might be a better idea, because this is quite bearish. It's engulfing, breaking that swing there, closing below it. So any pull up is okay to sell off. Also, 2,340, which the market has it done it yet? Nearly as. Oh, it has done it. Okay, that's for 2,240. That's already done as well. So the market's selling off. It's not a bad kind of option in this zone. All right, and we'll probably break this level down as well, and that's how it is. Now, euro dollar, let's take a look at the daily. Now with the euro dollar, remember I said this is a good sell zone. We should be selling off, and we've got levels down here. Remember I drew this line before, and this is a good buy kiss zone on the one hand, but on the other hand, this is where the order block is, and we've got a breakdown on the PST, and they've sold right on the line. You can see, look, HCL1 1.0808, and also remember they sold this on the weekly PST level, so we're all good with this one. Okay, 1.0808 is here today. All right, so they sold off here. Now there's a bit of a gap here, a little bit there, and so forth, but this is a smaller time frame, and that kind of stuff is expected. Should this be turning? Well, today is a swing day for the euro dollar, right? So today and tomorrow we could be looking for lows, and then the market could be pushing up. Where should we get down to in order to buy? Well, look, on the daily, all the way down here is 36, which is way down, which is 0742. Okay, but that's not like far-fetched. 0742, 0712, these are all doable. Okay, and remember I put down here 0733 before, so let's just do this. 0712 is all the way down here, 0712. All right, because we're at 0798, it's only 100 pips. And the other one is this order block here where the breakout happened, and that's a target of 0742, which is 0742 is here. All right, so we just need to include that. All right, now what we can do, because this is the PST, we can just take this zone here. All right, because I like to go with the PST, as you guys know. So 0712 and 0742, they're looking okay to kind of dip down into here. All right, like I said, this is the order block, and That's the PST level. I don't mind dipping in here and then trying to buy, but selling here was, as you know, one of the options there. And at Astro hours we did say we can sell off. These were the Astro hours. Now Astro hour is a buy motion, Astro hour here, crash motion. And I did say we could have breakouts yesterday, and that's like your breakout going all the way down there. So here we're probably going to have a squeeze, okay, and 0742 is something we'll keep on the radar, okay, down here. On the weekly, as you can see, that's too far out. Here we've got a good buy kiss happening on the weekly, but easily that could be moving into there as well. All right, so don't be jumpy, okay? So there, so we still have the market potential to dip down a little bit more, so be mindful there. All right, I'd rather go with the daily here. If the market dips down, it's got room to come down in my opinion, so selling it further down is okay. This 0833 is a good buy kiss on there. So if we get to 0833, it's going to close that gap. All right, so that's also a nice place to sell off if the market gets up into there. The market can easily also sell off here and keep pushing down, simply because we're expecting the market to come down, and swing day is today and tomorrow. So the market pushing down at least today further down is not a bad option at all. Let's take a look at the SP 500. Now SP 500, guys, once again, I did say this could be a breakout level. Market breaks out, okay, comes back in New York at the Astro hours. Look at that, Astro hour, Astro hour, Astro hour, Astro hour, Astro hour, and then crash down. So if we go back up today, either into the closing of yesterday, the opening of today, or the daily pivot selling down again, is it reasonable? Well, today is a swing day, right? Which means we're probably going to push down into some targets that will bring us into Friday. All right, and then from the lows of Friday, maybe the market will look for something, and that could take us into 5,215, 5,225. Let's do that. 5,215, 5,225 is already here. Okay, if I tighten this up a bit, you guys know this zone that we were expecting. Why? Well, I've marked it in. Okay, it's a bit of a big zone, that is true. Okay, but what do? As we get in there, we sharpen up, like here. So this is going to be narrowed down into now this. Okay, but that target initially has been done now, so any retracement is enough to put us back into a push mode down. So Thursday we could be pushy again. Okay, so as you can see, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and then boom, big push down, and that's basically it. Okay, now with the SP 500, remember we had Wednesday for a swing day. Okay, so that made a big push down. Okay, and Dow Jones had a Monday, so Tuesday was the high, but Monday and Wednesday big push down. Okay, swing day, remember, is a big push, so it's going to be a big day or a swing day, and that's just how it is. It just went bang down in Asia, as you can see. All right, started in Asia, so that's probably going to keep pushing down into those levels. Now I've got HCL1 as well, 5225, so that 5225, 5215 is going to be important for us. This 39 I think is also a good target, which is 5190, which I will just move up into here. This is also a good target. Okay, on the weekly you can see we're just pushing down into there. And this was logical. Remember I said just draw your Fibonacci's. Well, these are Gann rates, but see how that panned out? And look at that huge divergence. This is the beauty about the PST indicator. That's it, you bring it back up. This is a discount zone. Here it's the high of the highs, but here it's a nice level to sell off. And if it's a swing day or whatever in the week, from the highs, selling is magic. And that's the beauty about PST. If you just get your head around it and look at the target zone, this is the monthly that the market already did. So what we want to do is, if we get a breather, okay, because it's not giving anybody room to enter, if we get a breather, we need to sell off here, okay, which, like I said, are going to be those levels there. So the daily pivot is okay, this zone is okay. If we kind of like get up, I'd leave it to the after the news, okay, because the news is going to be important. No need to take a risk. Dow Jones, let's take a look at that. Now indices are all going together, so no big deal. With the Dow Jones as well, all we have to do is just basically follow through the same thing. Now remember, we said we'd get into this zone, no problemo. We've got a target down here at 22, which is 37,537. 37,5, well, around here. Okay, so there, that's the wick, that's the order block, and that's fine. So dipping down into this zone is okay. I'm going to just get rid of that. Why? Because we've got targets, so nothing to worry about. On the weekly as well, we've got levels. Now here we've got to be careful, guys. Okay, now that's the neckline, remember? So we've still got room to come down, but where they're going to start getting touchy is this 48, 45, 43. All right, so I would rather wait for this 37,300 or 37,684. Okay, 37,602, that zone. That's on the weekly, so this has got room to come down. Okay, and the closest target on the weekly, as you can see, is 37,861. 48 is, where's that 48? 38,018. 38,018 is going to be your closest there. That's your closest target there. Okay, in any case, this is kind of like going down. As you can see, if you like played your cards right yesterday, it was just purely just boom, 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 going down, and that's it. Okay, not much else to do. We need to wait for the news, but like I said, market coming down, that's an M shape there, so we should come towards the neckline here. If it breaks below, great. This is a trend going downwards. We just need to keep pushing it down, 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 and all summer we might be heading down until a few months before the election again. So we'll see how things go at the neckline. In the meantime, wait for the news. If we head up, selling down is not a bad idea. Nasdaq, once again, same thing with the indices, so we're going to be doing the same kind of stuff. Okay, this is the daily, nice and easy, nice and easy. All right, I talked about this yesterday as well. Okay, so the market just pushing down. If you put your Astro hours, you should be kind of like putting it somewhere. Where was it yesterday? Anyway, check out yesterday's Astro hours. Okay, so that's the important ones at 8 o'clock, and that's your 8 o'clock. All right, and that 8 o'clock was pretty much where the market never came back to. Okay, all right, and from there on just kept pushing down, and that was a target, and it's nice to see us at a target once again according to the PST level. So what to do today as well, we still have room to come down, so you can push to 53, 52, 51. So from 8,563, so we've got 8,5, 8563. That's one zone, so we're going to get into the low of the previous week. We've got 52 and 51, 8,542, 18,542 is there, and then we've got 18,505. Okay, is there. So that's your first zone, the low of the previous week. And then if we keep pushing down, we've got room to come down. Okay, this is quite aggressive, as you can see. So, when the market pulls back into a reasonable place, like this top level here where the breakout happened, the market will have some buy reaction. That zone, as you can see, is going to be this zone here, this 18,475 zone here. But with the gaps happening here, we should dip lower, possibly into here, or slightly lower into here as well. So we've got a bit of room to come down. HCL1 is 18,316 on the weekly is there. Alright, so that's got potential to push down as well. Alright, and that's how it is on the monthly. Let's take a look. Yeah, on the monthly we're in the middle of nowhere here, so that's how we can go. Indices go together, so if you're trading this, just pan it out with Dow Jones and SP 500 timing. But just remember, this is a different ball game because these are technology stocks. Now with the Bitcoin, remember I said this zone's a sell zone, so if you've been selling the highs, you should be okay. Today the goodbye kiss is here. I don't know if it'll get up to that 69,182, but if it does or doesn't, it should push down. Okay, so we should still be going down with this. Just a second. Yeah, goodbye kiss is at 64. You got to look out for 66,600, which is 66,600 is there. Alright, so this is a zone you need to look out for. Alright, so that will probably be done. If you're sold, look, that's the weekly pivot, that's your hour there, and boom. Okay, so alright, if it gets back up there again, Astro hours, you want to sell it off, you can into this zone here. Or like I said, the goodbye kiss on the daily is 59,68,182. That might be a level that the market might want to sell at as well. 68,182 is pretty much here. That can't be right. 69,182. 69,182. Sorry, that was my fault. 69,182 is here. So the weekly pivot zone again could be the level where the market can sell off. So this zone's okay to sell off as well. All right, at Astro hours to push into there primarily, and then further down. And that's how it is. This is the new triangle now. That breakout happened, so market sold off again. We can get rid of that, and if it keeps pushing, we should come down into that 62,500 perhaps. On the 4-hour side, 50 is 68,234. 68,234 is pretty much around here. So this is one sell zone here, just above here, and that's the other at Astro hours to push further down.